With Empire State Development, our division of tourism owns the brand I Love New York, and that is our program. And so as part of our team here, I think we must have close to 50 representatives on our stand at WTM, deeply committed, deeply invested in the UK market. Last year we had 1.1 million UK travelers come to New York State, making it the largest source market for us, the largest group of travelers to New York State. And so for that reason, we really use these opportunities to work with the trade, to work with the media, the online travel agents, the airline partners, and so on and so forth, that all come together at WTM and introduce new product to them, as well as just create more interest and awareness in terms of what's going on right now in New York State. One of our big kind of notions is that New York State is the poster child on the East Coast for responsible tourism. And so you'll notice that WTM has a responsible tourism attachment, as well as our program that we have with responsible tourism we launched last year here at WTM. We're activating on Wednesday night at a reception where New York State will be featured as the East Coast, sort of all about the unbuilt assets of New York State. So when you think about New York State, Governor Cuomo's commitment to tourism has been immense. The last 2 years, making us one of the most well-funded tourism divisions in all of the United States. And so the primary focus on the responsible tourism is to think about sort of, if you were to think of Europe versus Brazil, Europe is much about the buildings and much about the built assets, and Brazil is much more about the natural beauty and those types of things. When you leave New York City, most of New York State is just that. It's all of the Adirondack Mountains of 6 million acres. It has the Finger Lakes, which is this wonderful wine region, our Napa Valley of the East, so to speak. We have the Niagara Falls, which is a wonder of the world, and of course other great assets throughout the entire state. Well, it's interesting, you know, New York State, we're proud to have the #1 destination in the world, which is New York City. And we're also proud that last year we had 218 million visitors come to New York State total. And by way of comparison, I think the numbers I saw from other states such as California and Florida were in that general area or less than New York State. So we really are enjoying a great position. We are a four-season destination, so we're heading right now into a winter season. They're going to start making snow in a couple of weeks. It's hard to believe. But we have some 50 plus ski areas in New York State, more than any other state in the country. We're really looking forward to that wonderful winter season. We have a great fall season that we've just come out of with the leaf peeping. And don't forget that New York State is also home to many, many events, festivals, meetings and convention type business that we enjoy. So it's not just the leisure transient, the business transient, it's also all forms of group business. Motor coach business is very strong for us, particularly with assets like the Corning Museum of Glass and the Baseball Hall of Fame, things that resonate with a lot of folks throughout the country and throughout the world. We're very fortunate. The German market is strong for us. We have an office in Germany. We've just opened an office in China, so we're in 4 cities in China and have enjoyed our representation since June in China. We're about to lock down our Australia office, and we formed a partnership with New York City and Company where we're actually going on, I think it's just under 20 sales missions with them, and also engaging in some training for the travel agents through a training academy. And so we're committed, 100% committed to the international market. It's a very important piece of our visitor volume, but also of our visitor spend for New York State. And the assets that we have align very closely with the travel interests, particularly of the UK market. Because we know that folks in the UK are intrepid travelers, and they're not necessarily looking to do what maybe their father or their grandfather did on their vacations. They want to find new things, and experience authentic and unique travel experiences, and that's what we have to offer in New York State. We've actually hired a brand new head of digital that came to us. At one point she was at Oxygen, which is the show, the group that has Glee, and she won a bunch of awards with Glee. Her name is Anna Packman. We are deploying our social channels and our digital channels in many, many ways. So obviously there are 3 forms of media: owned, earned, and paid. Our own media, our social media channels, we're actually the #1 or #2 DMO in the world for Facebook. We have something like 250,000 Twitter followers, which also places us high up on the list. And it's not just about the interest level and the following, because I Love New York is obviously a very popular brand and is kind of complemented by all the other I Hearts that you see around the world. I was just in Italy and I saw an I Heart Florence and an I Heart Siena. But Having said that, we really think that our social channels can be not just used to create awareness, but also that we can use social media to drive a pull-through. So have in real time show people experiencing the things that they're doing in New York State, and then create that ambassadorship and the willing to evangelize for those experiences throughout New York State. So in terms of you looking at a sales funnel and you think that awareness and interest is possibly the first step, and an actual booking and then evangelizing or advocacy as the final step, we see our social media channels being in those last two pieces of the funnel, where we're actually going to show real-time activities using our social channels in such a way, such as sending your picture to us on Instagram, and then we will then put it out in a contest and virally get it out there for you. Those things while it's happening, so others can really look at those channels and travel and get there and enjoy it themselves.